We just saw The Batman, which has an amazing villain in Paul Dano's The Riddler. But did he make our top 10 list of the greatest Batman villains of all time? Let's get this list started at number 10, and I am going with Harley Quinn, Ryan. She has proven herself to be the best part of every movie she's in. She's plucky, she's funny, she can kick some serious ass, and she has gone toe-to-toe with the Batman in The Suicide Squad by James Gunn.
Yes, Margot Robbie embodies Harley Quinn and does a wonderful job. Deserves so, number 10 here.
Yeah.
That brings us to number 9. And this goes back to the villain in Batman Begins, which was the first Batman film directed by Christopher Nolan. I am talking about Scarecrow, who was played by Cillian Murphy. I think this is the scariest villain in Batman, all of Batman movies, actually. How about you?
Oh yeah, the hallucinogenic gas that he sprays on people, and then the trip that ensues, and we see that from Batman's perspective. It was pretty nightmare-inducing.
Not to mention the mask that he wears. It's just that sack with the eyes open. The whole thing freaked me out, especially if you're enjoying a couple of beers and you're relaxing, like, whoa, what is going on? I'm tripping out.
He's a good Batman villain for sure. Number 8, gotta go with Danny DeVito's take on the Penguin from the second Tim Burton movie, Batman Returns. The cat, the bat, and the penguin. I think he was just kind of a left field villain. We've all like kind of grown up with the Penguin as this like monocle wearing, cigar chomping, like, I don't know, what do you even call him? Just like crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
Danny DeVito brought that craziness to a whole new level. He was chomping heads off of fish. His plans were ridiculous. I think he wanted to like flood Gotham City so all the penguins could live there or something. Whatever. He was just so over the top and so much fun. And his character was dirty, gross, and menacing. Fantastic villain. Memorable for sure.
I'm glad to see that this Batman film has now seemed to come around and be one of the fans' favorite, because it's a dark Tim Burton take, and it was perfect for Danny DeVito's Penguin. I always liked this installment.
Yeah, and speaking of good installments, this one is going to be the controversial pick of the list.
Oh, boy.
At number 7, we are going with Jim Carrey's take on the Riddler from Batman Returns.
I got nothing good to say on this one.
No, nothing?
Other than it was Jim Carrey having fun.
Listen, this is going all the way back to the campy 60s stuff. He was wearing spandex with question marks all over it and a bowler cap and all that, spinning a cane that was shaped like a question mark. But Jim Carrey's Riddler did come up with the famous line, which we do hear in the new Batman movie, "Riddle me this." It was a catchphrase that caught on. He was a sensation at the time. Is it a little over the top? Yes, very over the top. It's Jim Carrey, but I still enjoy the hell out of it to this day.
All right, on to number 6, and this is where we put Two-Face, played by Aaron Eckhart in The Dark Knight. Two-Face was ruined, basically, by Tommy Lee Jones. If you weren't a fan of the comics and your first exposure to the character was Tommy Lee Jones' performance, you were let down big time by Two-Face. So when I heard that he was going to be in The Dark Knight, I was a little worried, but Aaron Eckhart's performance was great. And the flip of the coin might have been a little cheesy, but it worked. And yes, he's a villain, but you see his motivations and why he's doing exactly what he's doing.
And the CGI makeup actually holds up to this day. I just rewatched the scene where he slowly turns to the camera and you see his face. I think it still looks pretty good. He was menacing, especially because we had learned to love Harvey Dent and to kind of root for him as a hero, and then to see his fall from grace and he lived long enough to become the villain, it was that much more disheartening. It was a great character. That brings us to number 5. Bet you've been wondering when we were going to talk about the Joker. But which one? At number 5, we are going with Jack Nicholson's take on the Joker. This was, I like to say, the gangster Joker. I think that's pretty much the adopted term. He was more of like a crime syndicate boss or lieutenant who was kind of thrown away by the big boss, came back, turned into the Joker, took over the mob. And the coolest thing about Jack Nicholson's Joker was just how unhinged he was, you know, with the gas he was going to spread across Gotham City, all his wacky plans. He was truly menacing, truly insane, and Jack Nicholson's face just kind of fit the Joker, you know? It was like good casting from the get-go.
It did. He had that ridiculous smile on his face. And back in 1989, Yes, we wanted dark with our superheroes, but we also wanted fun. And I think that balance that Jack was able to give us, menacing but fun at the same time, was perfect fit for the Joker back then.
I agree.
So at number 4, we have Bane. And let's be honest, everybody watching this right now has a Bane impersonation.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rider movie guy.
As you can see.
Was that good?
Bane, played by Tom Hardy, is our pick for number 4.
Yeah, Bane was a badass. Broke the Bat's back. He's one of the few villains to actually go toe-to-toe with Batman, like physically. Most of the time they fight him with their minds or their intelligence. Not the case with Bane. He beat the crap out of Batman, put him in the hospital. Just a terrifying character. The voice aside, I think, you know what, Christopher Nolan really needs to work on his sound design in general, my opinion, but Bane was a great character. That brings us to number 3, the Catwoman, and I'm going with Michelle Pfeiffer. Nothing against Zoe Kravitz's take on the character, which may be better, but her take was more of a hero role. Michelle Pfeiffer, although she does redeem herself toward the end of the movie, played more the villain. She was making plans with the Penguin. She was way more insane and deranged and kind of unhinged. Plus, let's not forget the famous Catwoman suit. And I still see it at cosplays today. In fact, when we went to the Batman screening, there was a person cosplaying in that specific Catwoman suit.
Plus, who can forget the scene when she actually turns into Catwoman? It is so wild and outrageous that it's a total blast.
Yeah, don't forget Christopher Walken's in that scene too.
Yes, he is. At number 2, here it is. This is where we actually put in Paul Dano's Riddler from The Batman. He is menacing, he's terrifying, and he is unsettling, and I think that's what we needed out of this. We wanted to actually feel the fear that Gotham felt when the Riddler is on this killing spree all around Gotham City, and it comes through. We want Batman to catch this guy because he is so damn scary.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the Riddler in this kind of role. Like, he's always, you know, laid the traps and the puzzles, but he's been like stealing jewels or something, trying to do mind control. He is a straight up serial killer in this movie, like out of a film like Seven or Zodiac, and it's unsettling to say the least. Paul Dano's performance, off the charts good.
That leaves us with our number 1, and you guessed it. Heath Ledger is the best Batman villain with his take with the Joker, The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I mean, bet you didn't see that coming. Everything about this character, I've rewatched a bunch of the scenes in preparation for this, when he makes the pencil disappear, when the bomb doesn't go off and he's hitting the remote control. All the little jokes just add personality. The stories he tells about his scars. He's funny, he's terrifying, and he's also way too intelligent.
He sure is. Even the little takes when he sticks his head out of the speeding cop car, just it embodies what we think of as the Joker and anarchy, and he brings that to the character so well that there's no doubt he was going to be our number 1.
Yeah. Everything about this Joker is, I think, what makes him my favorite villain of all time, maybe in just about any film.
Should be noted, we kept Joaquin Phoenix's take of the Joker off the list because it's not a true Batman movie. So we're doing Batman villains.
Yeah, if he had met Batman, and true, there's that one little scene with the boy Bruce Wayne, we're not justifying it. Joaquin Phoenix is in a different universe. We're talking Batman villains.
So this was our take on Batman's top 10 villains. What'd you think? Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Let us know what you think. Write us in the comments.
And while you're at it, check out this video because we think you might like it.